MorphoSec is an anti-ransomware assurance suite that leverages patented automated moving target defense technology to stop attacks before they cause damage. Babuk is a ransomware strain that exploits a vulnerability to run undetected in memory, executing stealthy shellcode via a legitimate Microsoft debugger to bypass defenses. In this short demo, we'll show what happens during a Babuk ransomware attack, both when the system is unprotected and when it is secured by MorphoSec. We begin by showing legitimate files on the machine. These are normal accessible files that will soon be encrypted by the stealthy Babuk ransomware. Next, we demonstrate that the Babuk ransomware is executed within a legitimately signed Microsoft application called NTSD, which stands for Microsoft NT Symbolic Debugger. For social engineering purposes, this application was renamed to Sapphire IMS Client to impersonate asset management software and deceive IT professionals. The NTSD application is vulnerable to a sideloading attack. Due to a search path vulnerability, it loads a malicious ransomware library named dbgng.dll. As a result, Babuk executes inside a trusted Microsoft-signed application. We now replicate the attack exactly as it occurred in the victim's environment. Many endpoint detection and response systems, or EDRs, failed to stop this ransomware because it requires multiple indicators to terminate a Microsoft-signed process. The files named sc.ocs and config.ocs contain the malicious shellcode, which is then loaded by the dbseng.dll library. At this point, we are waiting while the ransomware begins to encrypt files. Now we can see that the files have been encrypted. Their file names include a unique suffix that identifies the victim. When we try to open the encrypted files, it becomes immediately clear that access is lost. The content is no longer readable and has been fully encrypted. That's what happens without protection. Now let's see how MorphoSec stops the same attack before it even starts. We start by showing legitimate files on the machine. These are normal, accessible files that the ransomware will soon try to encrypt, but this time it will fail. Next, you can see the MorphoSec icon, which confirms that the solution is installed on the machine. The version running here is 8.6. Now, we revisit the renamed NTSD application. It is pretending to be a legitimate asset management client called Sapphire IMS Client. Just like before, we confirm that it is digitally signed, and we also show the hash of the Babuk loader library. This malicious library will be loaded through the same sideloading vulnerability we showed earlier. We are executing the ransomware once again. This time, MorphoSec is active and ready to block it before any damage can occur. Here, you can see the same legitimate files. Thanks to MorphoSec, they remain completely untouched and unencrypted. The ransomware starts unpacking in memory, but it never gets the chance to encrypt anything. At this point, we can confirm that MorphoSec has successfully stopped the execution of the ransomware. The files are still fully intact. Let's now take a look at how this prevention is displayed in the MorphoSec dashboard. You can clearly see the full process tree. Sapphire IMS Client was launched from a public directory by a parent PowerShell process. In the top left corner, the incident details show that MorphoSec blocked the in-memory shellcode before it could do any damage. In the center, the loader is classified as ransomware, and on the right, the corresponding MITRE techniques are displayed. As we continue the investigation, we identify that the original executable is indeed ntsd.exec. This is clearly shown in the process summary window and confirms the impersonation attempt. We also access in-memory forensic data that gives the response team critical insights and helps them contain the threat faster. These types of indicators are not available in any other solution except MorphoSec's AMTD-based technology. Finally, using low-level incident logs, we quickly identify the details of the malicious sideloaded ransomware library named dbang.dll. Without MorphoSec, this Babuk variant bypassed EDRs through in-memory shellcode execution and remained undetected for weeks. With MorphoSec, the shellcode is intercepted in memory using automated moving target defense, preventing execution and encryption. Learn more at morphosec.com or schedule a demo today.